Hi there. Happy Labor Day and welcome to this day in history for September 4th. September 4th is the 247th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 248th in leap years, with 118 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is palaver. Palaver can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, palaver means a conference or discussion, such as a palaver between union leaders, or a long back and forth discussion between a group of people, such as a palaver between foreign ministers. Palaver can also mean idle talk, as in cut the palaver and get down to business, or even beguiling or misleading speech, such as don't be fooled by the candidate's palaver. As a verb, palaver can mean to talk profusely or idly, as in mothers palavering and drinking Diet Coke while watching their children play, or I let the sales clerk palaver me into a service contract I didn't need. The word palaver comes to us from Portuguese, Latin before that, words that meant speech. First known use of the word palaver is in the 1700s. Palaver. Palaver was suggested by one of my viewers, and if you have a word you'd like to see in this Word of the Day section, let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. And with that, as I bring this to you in 2023, it's Labor Day in the United States and Canada. Labor Day is also celebrated in many countries around the world, although at different times of the year. Since I'm in the U.S., that's what we'll talk about today. Labor Day is recognized as a national holiday in the U.S. and occurs on the first Monday in September, which happens to be the 4th of September this year. Being a Monday holiday, that makes for a nice long weekend and is sort of a seasonal marker for a lot of people, the unofficial end of summer. Labor Day came into being as a way to recognize the works and contributions of workers and laborers. Everything we have, everything we enjoy, we have because someone, somewhere, usually a lot of someones, have worked, labored to make it so. Consider the meal on your plate. A farmer grew the fruits and vegetables, workers picked them. Someone drove to transport them to their next stop. They may have been washed, inspected, and labeled, or packaged by a laborer. They were transported again, most likely to a warehouse, and then to a store where you bought it. At every point along the way, someone did their part to make it happen. Then the store employees get that lettuce and those apples, where you, the consumer, can put them in your cart, which someone made, and you pay someone, another worker, for those items and take them home. I could go on, but you get the point. This process goes on for every physical thing in your life and a lot of non-physical things as well. Workers, laborers played a part in making it happen. The idea of a Labor Day was promoted by labor unions in New York City back in the 1880s. The concept gained steam, and the first Labor Day parade in the U.S. was held in New York City in 1882, and Oregon declared Labor Day an official public holiday in 1887. Several states followed suit, so that most people were already recognizing and celebrating Labor Day by the time it was declared an official federal holiday in 1894. Being a Monday holiday, that gives us a nice long weekend. Many people celebrate with parades, barbecues, or just lazing around in a lawn chair. While you're enjoying Labor Day, be sure to send up a little silent thank you for all the laborers who have participated in making these things available. Labor Day, first Monday in September. Now, before we move on to the song of the day, I will remind you that I've been doing these episodes for a while, so if you're curious about what I might have talked about on the previous year for September 4th, when it wasn't quite Labor Day, I will certainly include a link for you. Today's song was suggested by one of my viewers, and it's a good one, Green Onions by Booker T and the MGs. We've talked about the Green Tambourine before and the Ballad of the Green Berets, but I don't recall that we've ever talked about green onions just yet, so here we go. Today's song is Green Onions by Booker T and the MGs. aptly described as an iconic instrumental R&B hit, one of the most popular instrumental rock and soul songs ever, and as one of the most popular R&B instrumentals of its era. Booker T. Jones wrote this song when he was 17 years old, which was either late 1961 or early 1962. They went to studio with it and released it in 1962. Green Onions peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on the R&B singles chart for 4 non-consecutive weeks. Green Onions has been featured in a bunch of movies like The Sandlot, Get Shorty, American Graffiti, and Quadrophenia, just to name a few. By the way, when Green Onions was featured in Quadrophenia, it re-entered the charts for 12 weeks, peaking in the top 10 that time. Incidentally, similarly to the Wrecking Crew out in Los Angeles, Booker T and the MGs served as the house band at Stax Records, playing background music on hundreds of records for such greats as Wilson Pickett, Otis Redding, Bill Withers, Sam and Dave, just to name a few. Green Onions by Booker T and the MGs, link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. And you can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Oh, get your microphone. Okay. Phone over there. Hello. Okay. With 202 days remaining to the end of the world. End of the year. Please, not the end of the world. 202 days remaining to the end of the year. Let's read that one again. Maybe I should ask Google how to pronounce that.
How do you go about pronouncing his name? Paulo Coelho.
Coelho.
Paulo Coelho. Pretty straightforward once you know. Paulo Coelho.
Google is so smart. Yep, it is. That's what it's called. All right. Attracting. Just read the whole thing over. You know what? Maybe we can leave that one off. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. I don't know. Can I get this edited? Let's find out. Alrighty. Back to work. I think we got it this time.